Hey guys, and welcome to Daily Commitment, where we do just a little bit of exercise, but we exercise every day. Today's interesting. One of the things that happens a lot is this back and forth between a lot of exercise, but also making sure you get your rest. So today I decided to do just more of a cardio day, because I do want to get back to doing some we're going to do a couple squats here real quick. I'll explain it to you in a second here. I'm just going to do a few of these guys. I do want to keep my back straight, but I've decided I want to do this clap. I like my clap at the top, man, but I want to keep my back straight at the bottom, so we're doing this here. Just a few of these. Just a few of these to get our heart rate up and to get our cardio up before we start walking. Just a few of those. And then we're going to talk about this thing. It's tricky, right? Because if you really work a muscle hard, anywhere close to failure, anywhere over 70%, you really need to take some days off and let it heal. High intensity, stimulate, long rest period, and then again, that's going to get your biggest muscle growth. Now, if you do lighter exercises like those unweighted squats, now you don't have to take as many days in between. You can squat every day if you're already up to that point where it's a light exercise for you. I used to squat every day, and then I went away from it when I started squatting with weights. So anyway, getting back to it, it's tricky, right? Because it seems like it's two different advice. Wait, you're supposed to work out a lot, but you're supposed to rest a lot. How do you do both? I kind of joked about it in my last short about how half the battle is diet, half the battle is exercise, and then another half is rest. And you're like, well, that's 150%. How do we fit all this in there? Well, if you're doing light exercises, endurance exercises we'll call them, you can do the same exercise every day, you're fine. If you're doing heavier exercises, the rest becomes almost more important than the exercise. You're doing way more rest than you are exercise. So you're stimulating, and then your body does the other half. It does the growing. So anyway, getting back to that, I had some soreness in my stomach. I could feel it. Even yesterday, I still had some soreness in my stomach from doing those pull-ups. And pull-ups are much closer to my max, right? It's a new exercise for me. So I really wanted to make sure I had enough rest. And so that's the main reason I decided to take a day off of anything like that today. And I decided to get some cardio in, and I'm doing these squats because I don't want to do this intense running that could hurt my legs or something like that, or hurt my knees. I want to have that low impact. So I did some squats just a minute ago. That gets my cardio up, gets me to that state, and then I can walk. And something else about squats, it's kind of like this primary exercise in the way that it used to be the way everybody went to the bathroom, and so it's like you did that every day, right? Or most days you would poop, sometimes multiple times a day. So it was like this basic thing of health, being able to get down, go to the bathroom, and get all the way up. This basic thing of mobility that also included when people would kind of chill out and sit too, right? They might be in this squatting position before we had all this great furniture that makes life so easy, but also makes it so you get back problems and your body, has some atrophying muscles. So anyway, let's continue this little thing. It's going to make talking a little bit harder, but let's follow our plan here. We're going to do some more squats. And again, we're trying to tire ourselves out a little bit, right? So that we can enjoy our cardio. And I did kind of miss this. I love this because I love coming up for the stretch each time when you do it. And I like this coming down, but yeah, I don't like my back not being straight. So we're inventing a little bit more of a different way to do a squat. We'll just do this. That's kind of fun, right? So we'll do about 5 more of these. And I could have done it earlier, but I wanted to talk more. So again, these light squats aren't really anything. The reason I'm not squatting every day is rather than doing these light squats, I'm focusing on doing the heavier ones, the one-legged squats. Those are going to be badass when I get that one-legged squat down. Those are going to be a lot of fun. So you can see Now the cardio's kicked back up, heart rate's back up again, and now I can walk some more in this nice gentle walk. And sort of, you know, I'm getting more cardio now while I'm walking. Anyway, so that's a real thing. That's a real thing. It really depends how often an exercise does, how hard it is. There's no one answer for some of these things because it's going to be dependent on you, on your body, on how you're feeling. But you really, I say this a lot, listen to your body. You really want to listen to your body. Like, it's really important. Like, it's weird because in some ways you want to ignore your body because you're like, I need to push myself. But in some ways you're supposed to listen to your body because, you know, I gotta show, I love these little holes in trees like this. Let's see if I can get this on camera. I love these little guys. There's so many of mountain forests like this. I'm telling you, they got all these cute little holes. And sometimes they're in bigger trees and you can see the little poops from the little foxes or whatever lives in there. It's cool. Anyway, beautiful lake over here. Just beautiful stuff. It's great to get out in nature. It's great to walk. Gives you some variety. Again, sometimes you do it on my road just to get that variety. But honestly, you have to do what works for you. Some people are going to be happier doing the same thing every day. It's really important. The most important lessons are a little bit every day. Get out there every day and do a little bit and build up slowly, right? That's the make it a habit, make it easy part. And listen to your body, man. You know, if it's hurting the way you're doing exercise, even if it's the right way to do an exercise, don't stop. I mean, stop that exercise. Don't do it. You're not pushing through pain. And how do you tell the difference between pain that's hurting you, like, oh God, I'm fucking up my wrist or my arm or my, you know, even your muscles. If they're hurting a lot, you might not be growing as much because something, you can tear the muscle. And everybody who's worked out, you can hear how they've hurt themselves. There's story after story after story because this balance of stimulating your muscle but not hurting your muscle, you know, overworking it and getting enough rest, and this balance of, you know, stimulating your muscle but not hurting your bones, your tendons, your joints, it really depends on your nerves. You've got to learn to listen to yourself. And you know what's funny is a lot of times emotion is the key to all of this. What I mean by that is emotion, sometimes we're working out because we're angry and we want to work out that anger, you know, something happened outside of our life. And that's great, right? It's a good use for exercise, but at the same time, it might cause you to ignore your body, to push past pain and this kind of thing. And so it's really a feedback loop. You have to keep doing it. I've watched a ton of different exercise videos, and a lot of them say, hey, you know, here's the dumb things I did when I was first start working out. Here's the dumb things I did when I was first working out. All this kind of stuff. And so that's kind of why I came with my system of focusing on the things I focus on, which is this little bit of exercise every day so that you don't make all these other mistakes. I find almost all the mistakes I hear about from people I know, all the mistakes are related to pushing yourself too much usually, not pushing yourself too little. And the people who push themselves too little are usually not having their frequency as high. That's the big difference. So anyway, daily commitment system, a little bit every day. Start with that. That will carry you through whenever, even if when it becomes a big amount of exercise, that other people would say, well, that's a big amount of exercise, not a little amount of exercise. It's a little amount to you, from your point of view, because how much of your muscles have grown, stuff like that. So anyway, guys, just some awesome thoughts. I did feel kind of sore and kind of a little demotivated today when I woke up. And I was like, yeah, we want a day. And I don't mean just sore in the stomach I was talking about, just like everything felt a little sore. And I knew that getting out for a nice walk and then like a nice swim at the beach might be perfect. And just have a lighter day like this where I got my cardio going. That's another thing. Cardio's really picks up your mood. I'd say lifting weights does too, because it gets your heart beating. But hey, you notice getting your heart beating is the thing that a lot of times will pick up your mood. Heart, mood, kind of all makes sense. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a few more of these squats and a bit more walking and get that energy up, but also keep that fly. It's going to get the energy up. It's going to keep the impact down. I'll be stretching all of my muscles with my clap at the end with doing this. Maybe with the swimming. I'm not sure if I'll do the swimming, but we'll leave it optional. We'll leave it to my nerves to decide how we're feeling. But we're getting out here and we're getting going, and that's always a great way to start your day. Anyway, guys, hope it's going great for you. If you feel like leaving a comment, I love comments. It builds the channel. Haha, the algorithm loves that. But also, honestly, I love getting y'all's exercise ideas and advice, and I love answering questions and having somebody who's asked me something so I can talk about it in the video from my point of view, which, while it's not perfect, definitely has worked for me. And just take the parts of it that work for you and apply them and see how it goes, and have some fun with some exercise. And a little bit every day, guys. We'll see you guys next time right here on Daily Commitment. Oh yeah, subscribe or whatever it is. Peace out, guys.